Galileo, Galileo Figaro, Magnifico. I'm just a...
You can see him having fun with it too, right?
Sound check.
Well, g'day there. Welcome back to another vocal analysis here at Voice Essentials. Today we're going to have a listen to a truly remarkable performance. And this is actually a recording I've been aware of for quite some time. This is Marc Martel doing the bang-up version of Freddie Mercury's Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody. This has had 58 million views at the time of my recording this video. This is so incredible. My understanding is that Marc was then asked to do many of the vocals for the 2018 film. Was it 2018 Bohemian Rhapsody film? That's how good this guy is, and it's also how similar he sounds to Freddie Mercury. It is quite astounding. And on one level, that's the impressive part of this recording. We're going to jump straight into it. The other part is his vocal dexterity, the agility of his voice as he does this piece. I'm given to thinking that most of you are familiar with Bohemian Rhapsody, so you kind of already know the incredible vocal prowess that's required to do this song. And very, very few people can do it true justice like Freddie Mercury did. Marc is one of those. Let's dive in, have a listen, and appreciate what is, it's good. Here we go.
Okay, Bohemian Rhapsody, take one. Not really. Warts and all. Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? Caught in a landslide, no escape from reality. Open your eyes, look up to the skies and see. I'm just a poor boy, I need no sympathy, 'cause I'm easy come, easy go, little high, little low. Any way the wind blows doesn't really matter to me.
Pause there just for a second. The other thing that is remarkable about this, not only is he just doing a fabulous job of the vocal line, the phrasing, and we'll talk more about phrasing and colouring and everything. There's a lot on display here, but he is self-accompanying this, and that in and of itself, like, that's a complex task. I self-accompany on guitar. I'm by no means an overly accomplished guitarist. I'm a self-described guitaring hack. But this Marc's not a hack on the keys. This is not an easy piece to play. He is got crossing hands, and there's a bit going on, and there's a bit that goes on further on. And so I wanted to sort of recognize that from the get-go, that, that sort of takes it kind of, I reckon it more than doubles the difficulty of what he's doing, would be my personal view. I'm going to take it right back. And I want you to, as we go, I want you to listen to the variance of tonal colouring as he phrases. And he's so exact with this. He's making really intentional, purposeful choices in going from, at times, there's the body of the phrase will have full vocal timbre, shorten a dominant, mode 1, whatever, model of registration you adhere to. And then suddenly he'll flip into a falsetto for the final note. And that's moving around all the time. He's making very intentional choices about that, which is what brings it off as sounding, dare we say, exactly like Freddie?
Okay, Bohemian Rhapsody, take 1. Not really. Warts and all. Is this the real life?
I think that's wonderfully authentic. Like he's basically just told us this is not the first time he's sat down to do this as a take. That's okay. We're still getting to see him do it as a full single take. So in my humble opinion, I think this is a, take 1. It is one single take, but he's obviously given it a few cracks prior. He won't have given it many cracks though, because the voice would fatigue quite heavily trying to do this. After 3 or 4 times, the voice would start to fatigue. So I very much doubt he's done this, 10 times prior. He might have done it once or twice. And that's an important thing to note. And he then goes on to say, warts and all. We'll look at the pitch and we'll analyse the pitching a little bit later. Here we go.
Is this just fantasy? Caught in a landslide, no escape from reality. Open your eyes, look up to the skies and see. I'm just a poor boy, I need no sympathy, 'cause I'm easy come, easy go, little high, little low. Any way the wind blows doesn't really matter to me.
Another thing I want you to keep an eye on as we continue along, and we don't get, because we're side on, we don't get an overly good look at this, but notice how Marc is singing with a rather structured jaw. I know that Freddie himself talked about the reason for his voice being the way it was is because he had extra molars or something. There was something, and certainly our vocal tract and the shape of it does lend itself to the way we sound, because sound is filtered as it travels through a space. In this case, the vocal folds creating phonation, and then the sound traveling through our vocal tract, and it then, according to our own morphologies, filters and shapes that sound and tone. But that's not the only thing that led to Freddie Mercury having the unique voice that he did. One small part of his incredible sound was actually quite a structured, I want to say the word square jaw position, and we kind of get to see that in the way that Marc uses his jaw position. It is quite, there is some rigidity to it. I have to admit, this is not typically what we would encourage in a developing singer. Rigidity in the jaw is more often than not going to lead to unwanted tension, and that can lead to other issues as the singer develops. But in this performance, the reasoning behind doing this to emulate, to give an exact copy, essentially, of this song, it works.
Mama just killed a man, put a gun against his head, pulled my trigger, now he's dead. Mama, life had just begun, but now I've gone and thrown it all away.
Oh, I love the way he he just leans into that bottom note and we get that little vocal fry down there, if memory serves, exactly like we hear with Freddie. Interesting choice of mic. He's using what appears to be an SM7B. It might be. I don't think the DB was out when he did this recording. So I think it looks like a 7B. I wonder, it would be interesting to know, maybe you know, leave your comments below. I wonder what Freddie Mercury recorded, mic-wise, recorded this song in the studio on. The 7B has been a classic choice through the years for many vocal recordings. Michael Jackson recorded his vocals for Thriller onto the SM7, not the 7B, and there's debate around the differences between the two. So this has been used a lot. I wonder, did Freddie? I don't know. It's academic, but interesting.
Mama, ooh, didn't mean to make you cry. If I'm not.
There's a good example of what I'm talking about, the way he structures his jaw through that. He really chews on it, and it gives a very particular colouring. When our jaw and our whole vocal tract becomes rather firm, it brightens and sharpens the tone.
Didn't mean to make you cry. If I'm not back again this time tomorrow, carry on, as if nothing really matters. Time has come.
I've just noticed. Can you see on the screen in front of him, the LCD screen? It appears to be. Is that I don't know which DAW he's using. Digital audio workstation. Is it Pro Tools, Logic? I'm not sure. But you can see the pink line. Try not to be too distracted by it. But you can see him literally recording the vocal in the moment as he goes along. I would dare say the top line is the vocal and the bottom two lines are the keys in stereo, maybe? I'm supposing, I don't know for certain, but I just caught that out of the corner of my eye.
Sent shivers down my spine, body's aching all the time. Goodbye, everybody. I've got to go. Gotta leave you all behind and face the truth. Mama.
Oh, watch the way he sucks his bottom lip back there. Lips play such a big role in the shaping of our vocal tract. And on certain vowels, for certain colours, they play a really important role. More often than not, we're thinking about what benefit we can gain from them in bringing them forward. But watch the way his bottom lip pulls back in the shaping of the tone on the end of that phrase.
It's the truth, Mama.
Mama. Interesting.
I don't wanna die. I sometimes wish I'd
Square jaw again.
it all.
He's no slouch on the keys. Isn't it? It's so cool.
I see a little silhouette of a man. Scaramouche, will you do the fandango? Thunderbolt and lightning, very, very frightening me. Galileo, Figaro. I'm just a...
You can see him having fun with it too, right? Like, it's not lost on him the playfulness of this piece and just the sheer joy that it has brought millions upon millions of people, and he's engaged in that. You know, it's funny, I read some of the comments, you know, on the video, and you know, you can't win on YouTube. He came. There's people on in the comments saying, oh, you know, maybe you could be a bit more creative and interpret it a little bit more and give us your own rendition instead of just, you know, sounding exactly like Freddie Mercury. Well, in my humble opinion, you cannot receive a greater compliment as a male vocal than for someone to say you sound exactly like Freddie Mercury. If there is one singer that we all, well, most of us, hold in the highest of regards in the contemporary vocal sphere, it's Freddie. He was amazing. And to be able to step up and do this and emulate, you know, but, you know, if he, I guarantee you, if he had have given it his own spin, which I kind of reckon Marc could, he'd come under fire for not being able to do it as good as Freddie. I mean, come on. You know, you got to take these things at face value sometimes, I think.
Poor boy, nobody loves me. He's just a poor boy from a poor family. Spare him his life from this monstrosity.
Let's have a look at that. That's an interesting little section there. Let's have a look at that from a point of view of, I'm going to bring it to 316. We're going to have a look at the pitching. And just to see what's going on with that.
Your little silhouette of a man, scaramouche, will you do the fandango? Thunderbolt and lightning, very, very frightening me. Galileo, Figaro, Magnifico. I'm just a poor boy.
So, you know, that's pretty bang up, pretty on point pitching. Because I've looked at the analysis of this video from a pitch accuracy point of view, and there are some moments in this where I'm left wondering whether I'm hearing some artifacts left from some pitch correction. Now, some of you hear me say that and go, oh, he's questioning, you know, Marc's ability to sing in tune. No, I'm not. I'm recognising that he did this in one take, and that as amazing as Marc is, he is human. Therefore, he's wonderfully imperfect like the rest of us. He's probably far more accurate in his vocals than the rest of us, but he's not a robot. And so I do think that there may have been some light pitch correction that has happened. And also, you know, he's almost certainly gone in and done some vocal leveling as I'm watching him on the mic, and there is some verb in there. He's almost certainly used some compression and saturation. And so I think he has applied a very light touch in his post-production, which leaves us with a wonderfully authentic performance. But again, we're a Learn to Sing channel here, and it's always good to view and listen to these things with a knowledgeable ear, knowing that there are things that are done away from the performance later that can enhance, not incorrectly, not inappropriately, but certainly that can be done.
Bolt and lightning, very, very frightening me. Galileo, Figaro, Magnifico. I'm just a poor boy, nobody loves me. He's just a poor boy from a poor family. Spare him his life from this monstrosity. Easy come, easy go, will you let me go? Bismillah. No, we will not let you go, let him go. Bismillah, we will.
I mean, you know, the other impressive thing about this is he's doing all of the vocal layering, right? I mean, you know, and he's doing it all at once. there is no opportunity here for him to, lay one section of the track and then come back and lay the other layers, the backing vocals. He's got to do it all at once. It is super impressive. Like it's, yeah.
We will not let you go, let it go. Bismillah, we will not let you go. Will not let you go. Will not let you go. Let me go. No, 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 no. Mamma mia, mamma mia, mamma mia, let me go. Beelzebub has a devil put aside for me, for me, for.
Well, let's have a look at that section because that was interesting. I want to come over to 355.
You go, let me go. No, 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 no. Mamma mia, mamma mia, mamma mia, let me go. Beelzebub has a devil put aside for me, for me, for me.
Just that little section there. Let me see if I can take it back.
For me, for me.
Just this little area here. Back to the video.
Mamma mia, mamma mia, mamma mia, let me go. Beelzebub has a devil put aside for me, for me, for me. Yeah. So you think you can stop me and spit in my eye? So you think you can love me and leave me to die? Oh, baby, can't do this to me, baby. Just gotta get out, just gotta get right out of here.
Geez, he's got the way, the shaping. Is it any wonder he was asked to do some of the vocals for Freddie Mercury on the album? In the movie. Because he's just got it down. Like he's able to emulate those shapes, the movement between, varying tones through a phrase. Just he's so good.
Nothing really matters. Anyone can see. Nothing really matters. Nothing really matters to me. Any way the wind blows.
Yeah, absolutely. It's it's amazing. It's deserving of just pure recognition of him being outstanding. And despite the fact that I'm led to thinking that there is some post edit going on there, and whenever I mean, some of you may have not watched my videos before. We talk about post production a little bit here on the channel because we're a Learn to Sing channel, and so we always want to be able to view things with a full understanding of what's going on. So often we record ourselves onto our smartphones and we come away discouraged because we think, I sound terrible. And it may well be that there are areas of improvement that are required and they could be leading to a result that you're less than satisfied with. But equally, what then builds the contrast even further is there is so much post-production that goes into so much of what we see and listen to online that it almost makes it sound like the people we're listening to are superhuman, human 2.0. And that's simply not the case. They are biological instruments just like you and I, with imperfections just like you and I, but they have the facility, and I dare say Marc Martel falls into this category. They have the facility and the skills to add and enhance. I'm not suggesting anything inauthentic in what Mark's just done, but it's just the modern era of music production, and so it's important in our learning to sing that we're able to contextualise what we're listening to, and I think certainly from my point of view it even heightens your appreciation for what they're doing, because you can't listen to a Marc Martel do that in one take, sing and play, and not be like in awe of what he's just done. Certainly that's my takeaway. I think he's amazing. I hope you've enjoyed today's vocal analysis, and I do look forward to reading your comments. You may or may not agree with me, but we always converse in a very polite and considered way here on the channel, and so I hope you'll follow those sorts of group rules, if you will. I look forward to seeing you in the next vocal analysis. I'm Dr. Dan. Sing well.